We are back. We are at it. You see, we got our Dodge D150, which you met in the last video that was very windy with very poor video quality. We still got the Buick Riviera. We still have the Dodge D150. You will notice, and thanks to all the suggestions on the last video, because we were in that dilemma of we're broke, we have no money, we have to do something, have to sell something so that we can continue our efforts on the projects, well, that we want to continue with. Well, the Mustang is gone. The old Galaxy is still sitting back there, but after really digging deep, taking in all the information that those of you who contributed, thinking about where do we go, what do, we posted the Mustang up for sale. I paid $5,500 for that car when I bought it, had at least $6 grand in it. So I did the wrong thing and I posted it for $3,500 on Marketplace as a roller. So the car sold. We took a hit, but we did keep the engine, and the engine, the state that the Mustang was in, was one of the crowning jewels, I guess, of the car. It's been rebuilt, it's got a cam. I heard it run for just a very brief amount of time before we started tearing into the car, but the people that bought the car, super excited about it. I'm excited for them because the car has so much potential and they're going to take it to the next level. I believe they're going to, but we are now out of a bind where if we're smart with our money, we can actually start making some progress in some areas. We can get back to work on the Rivi at some point. We can, if we choose to keep this Dodge D150 around, we can do some work on that at some point. But before that, this car, 1955 Chevy, two-door post, this has been neglected for quite a while. Neglected in the fact that I haven't worked on it. I've owned this car for somewhere in the period of 8 to 10 years. I bought this car from a great friend of mine back in my hometown. When I was a little boy, my dad and I used to drive by this car all the time because Dad loved the 55 Chevys and had several of them when he was a young man. In fact, he had a really, really bad 55 back in the day. It had a 327 out of a Corvette, you know, all cammed out with a Muncie 4-speed rock crusher, 411 posi tracks rear end, and he loved ripping around in that thing. And so this car was never for sale, this 55 here. Never for sale, and why would it be? If you got one, you don't have to get rid of it, well, why would you? Well, we have it now. I ended up befriending the owner of this car as I got a little bit older. His nickname, we're just gonna call him Hippie, because he had that long hair, but a fantastic guy. Finally got to a place in life where it was time to get rid of some things. And so I was blessed enough to be able to buy this 1955 Chevy. We got something flying overhead. Let's just go outside and see if we can see it. Yeah, there's a helicopter up there. Squirrel. So anyway, I bought this car. I paid $10,000 for it when I bought it. It had aluminum mag wheels on it at the time. It had the engine that's still in it. It's a built 406. It had a 350 automatic transmission, and it's got a 12-bolt posi rear end out of a 66 or 67 Chevelle. I believe it's 411 gears, 410, 411. So when I bought the car, we got different wheels and tires for it that fit under the car better. We removed the heads that were on the car. We swapped them out with a set of Edelbrock aluminum RPM heads. There are flies all over this car today. It's a beautiful day down here in Missouri. Anyway, so we swapped out the heads, the intake. We put a built 400 turbo transmission in the car. We converted it over to power disc brakes, and there's a lot of cleanup that still needs to be done. We installed the aluminum radiator in this car, and then I drove it, ripped around in it. This car is bad to the bone. This was probably one of the meanest cars on the streets in my hometown when I was a young kid growing up. So it's been neglected. I just pulled out the seats yesterday, and we'll get into that, and you'll get to see that here in a little bit. But we've got a bucket list of things that we're gonna do to this car because it's been sitting on our dollies because it's not, well, last time I tried to start it, wasn't starting well. It was cold weather. I installed an aftermarket gas pedal and throttle cable, and right now the way that throttle cable is routed, it's just pointing and kind of in a bind behind the driver's side valve cover. So I need to remedy that. We got patches that we need to put in the floor. Overall, a very solid car, but we've got spots over here. Seam sealer needs to go in. It's obviously had a patch on both sides in the front, but as I crawl in here, you can see, you know, we've got some areas that I think that we can make better. And then we can grind down those floors, clean them up. We can put some sort of coating on there to protect them into the future. And my wife years ago, because she thought, this is a cool car, you need to work on this. Well, she bought me all new glass for this car and it's been sitting in boxes for years. And so, because I get so distracted with my squirrel brain sometimes, I get projects that I don't keep, and then the cars that I am gonna keep, like this 55, they kind of get put on the back burner. But for now, we're done doing that for a little bit. We're gonna get the thing running, driving, finish a few things up so that we can pull this car in and out at our leisure and not have to roll it around on dollies. Because when we built this shop, we didn't go bigger because, well, we couldn't afford to. So this shop is set up to have one project in this bay at a time so that you have plenty of room to walk around the car, to work on the car. And so this 55 does need to be able to pull in and out of here, and that's what we're gonna make happen. So anyway, I hope you're all doing really well. Again, I hope you had a really awesome Christmas. We're coming into the new year here really quickly. I know it's been a couple weeks since we posted a video, so I'm excited to get to work on this 55. I'm excited to spend some more time with all of you. Comment down there in the comment section and post on the community tab, what are you working on? Show me some of your projects. That way I can see them and everybody else can too. This is our 1955 Chevy. Oh, the doors are opened up and we're gonna hopefully be cooking with gas. I got this first one started, so that's good. Of course, it was easily accessible, unlike some of these other ones. Let's see how it goes, kids. One. Oh. Jumped off of there, come on. You gotta keep your finger in there to hold that down without pinching it. We were making progress. Ergonomically, this is not ideal. But we're having a good time. Where are you guys living at? What was your Christmas weather like? This is actually yesterday, Christmas Day, was my 1 year official of living in this new beautiful state of Missouri. So I did go back to Nebraska to visit family for Christmas. Hope you guys all traveled if you needed to, but were able to spend some time with your loved ones over Christmas. And so I drove home, actually yesterday. Yeah, yesterday was Christmas Day. So our gathering for Christmas we did on Christmas Eve Day. And so I was back in Nebraska for several days. I helped Alyssa for a couple of evenings on her Mazda. If you want to watch what she's got going on, anti-social builds on YouTube. And so we had to remove the timing, about 96 Mazda something, whatever it is. You have to remove the timing belt on that car, that whole system, to change the water pump, because that makes a lot of sense. So we stayed up past midnight one night working on it, and then the next evening, I think we finished up about 10:30. But we got it done. Yeah. That's not very helpful. And I see what's going on back here. We're on one. Number 3, by the way. So anyway, it was a great time over Christmas. And had a good time with my family. But I was ready to get back down and, you know, to get on some of this stuff that I've been thinking about for a while. And being out of our bind financially, you know, as long as we're wise, hopefully we can make some good decisions. Number 3, and make some progress. So is there 2 bolts on the back? One's missing. Hey, good news. Hey, we got a piece of paper that we dug out from under the seat. What's this say? It's an insurance card, and it is dried up and nasty. And I don't think we're going to be able to read anything on there. There's a partial policy number, policy term 2001. That's been a couple of years ago. Save the difficult stuff to last. You know, it actually makes more sense to do the difficult ones first because everything's mounted and tight, so that when you get to the next one, when the seat starts to move on you, it's not so bad. So maybe I'll try that. Come on now. It is moving. Good news. So fam, we get to this time of year. I know everybody does it. You know, I used to go to the gym quite a bit back in my old hometown, especially. It was interesting around New Year's. My buddy Troy and I go out to the gym, and we were pretty regular. And all of a sudden, after New Year's Day, there seemed to be a whole new crowd of people showing up. And it wasn't very kind of us, but we deemed them a name. We called it New Year's Resoluters. So we're all probably guilty of that to a certain degree. So as this new year approaches, what are you guys thinking about? What do you want to do better? You got some things you want to work on as this new year approaches? I think we all have the ability to make some improvements, myself included. So what are going to be my New Year's resolutions? I'm still thinking on it. But definitely, one thing is to not blow through our meager car fund. Because we want to be able to continue to have a good time out in the shop and not go broke doing it, right? What are you guys working on? What are you thinking about? We've got the seat unbolted. So on both sides there was only one bolt in the back, 2 bolts in the front. So 2, 4, 5, 6 total 1/2-inch heads. And the seat is loose. And at this point we got to shimmy, shake this thing out of here. What direction are we going to go? Are we going to come this way? I think we need to bring it out this way because I think we got more storage over here. So I need to get the seat belts unpinched. Let it come through here. Only one on the driver's side.
Because your beer days are numbered, I figured I'd bring you a beer.
Okay, so we were talking about New Year's resoluters. My wife believes, and I don't disagree, we just talked about that earlier, that don't argue with your wife, ever. It's not going to make your life better, and I don't care if you're right, because you're not. So anyway, we're going to try to cut back a little bit, like completely
on beer.
On beer. So you want to tell people why we're doing that, if we're talking about it? Why are we doing this?
Save money.
Right, because basically
to be smarter, to lots of reasons.
Yeah, I guess we got many reasons why we can do better, and so we're just going to switch to whiskey instead, apparently, because it's more feasible.
We're going to have toddy time instead of all-day beer.
Oh, so basically, if you notice in some of these videos coming up, if I don't look like I'm quite as happy, or maybe like I'm going through something, I don't want you to be too concerned, because most likely it's just a after effect of the fact that it's no longer you just have fun all day. It's like you have to pick your moments, and I'm gonna have to pick my moments. And I agree with my wife that, but for now and for today,
cheers.
Cheers, and to you. That's good. Back to it. She's walking away from me, so I don't get a full break, I guess. We'll fold the seat forward, and we will try to yank our seatbelt out there. And that was easy enough. And can we slide the seat? Yeah. I'm sure it's not going to be light, so. I should have kept the missus in here to maybe help get the seat out. But she just had to unload her Ford F-250 of a bunch of junk because apparently she's going to go buy some, what's the word? A whole bunch of old cabinet doors, lumber stuff. She likes to build things like I do, just in different areas. And I didn't help her unload the truck is what I'm trying to say. So I kind of feel like I need to give this my best effort before I cry for help. But she's going to ultimately say, well, you didn't help me unload the truck. I'm with you. Should have helped. Think ahead. Line ahead. Here. Colin, I don't know. Yeah. Oh, that wasn't me, I promise. All right, over to the other side. Woo-wee. Work smarter, not harder. Okay. Hey, we got more papers to read. Or try to read, I should say. There's a good chance we're going to reuse this seat. It's actually in good shape. It's just the wrong color. We can paint it. So as long as I don't tear it up too bad getting it out of here, I think we'll be fine. Yeah. Let me lift it all the way up. Make a nice easy turn. Let her down gentle. Yes, we can. Oh, you guys, I think we just hit the jackpot. I see a bank envelope sitting here. I can about guarantee it's full of $100 bills, fresh from 1977. Oh! Well, the good news is I was totally exaggerating. There's no paper money in this. What is this? American National Bank. But there is change and dust and dirt. We've got a quarter, we got 2 quarters, and 4 pennies. A total of 54 cents. This one, what is that? Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. My wife just told me I'm a little scared. Every time you sneeze, supposedly your heart stops. I don't know if that's true. I think that says 1992. Our other quarter, 1991. Penny, 1992. 1965. We're getting close to the good years right there. I can't read it. And this one here, 1964. So, oh Lord. Woo-wee. The dust is getting to me a little bit. We just made 54 cents back on our investment. It may not look like it, but I probably have $18,000 in this car. So I know it doesn't look like much, but the 1955 Chevy is one of the baddest cars that was ever built. Well, maybe not factory, okay, but I'm telling you, 2-lane blacktop, 55 Chevy, built 406, posi, traction rear end, and a 400 automatic. The only thing that could make this car better, besides, well, pretty much everything at this point, would be a manual transmission. Say a Tremec 5-speed, 6-speed. We don't have the money for it, so we're not doing that. We don't have the money right now. What do we have here? We got Acorn, so some mice have been here, and this is a Texaco. Buyer agrees to pay Texaco refining. I don't know, is that an old gas receipt? All right, we're just getting you up close and personal. I don't want you guys to feel left out with what I'm doing, but there's Acorns, this carpet, the steel in the back. We got the original sound deadening, whatever it is. Probably asbestos. What do I know? We're gonna go ahead and pull all this stuff out, scrape the floors clean, wire wheel them where we need to, and then we will use some rust converter, and we'll just spray these floors down while we're in here. Kind of makes sense. So let's do that. I'm sure Jasmine would like to help eat anything that's still alive in this car. A couple months back when I was working in here, something died. And I'm sure it was a mouse, and I couldn't find it, but I know it was reeking out of the 55 Chevy. I actually think something crawled inside the frame. There's no carcasses in here, just remnants of stuff hanging out. So, Jasmine, don't eat that. That's not good for you. Hey, baby, go find something else to eat. So, our seat belts, we could probably also pull out of here, but let's get some stuff out of there. Roll this up. My wife needs my help. Her Ford that she's gonna go pick up more stuff she doesn't need tomorrow with. It loses air out of one of the tires, you know, profusely, and the other 3 hold a little longer, but hey, we got a new screwdriver. Jasmine, get out of there. And part of a window crank knob. Treasures to be had in this drill. Jasmine, stay out of there. Let's go. we'll go ahead and get these seat belts out of here. Find it. There we got her. Yeah, this one will be fun to reach on. Got the wrench on. Yeah. Can we do it? Yes, we can. Beautiful. Okay. That bag's full. Stick that back here. Let you guys, you can crawl under there for me and get that wrench. Okay. All right, now I think while we're working in here, I think I want to go ahead and pull the door cards off in the back, especially. We can go ahead and get that package tray out of there because it's, well, you can see. It's probably time. So we'll just get a Phillips head screwdriver. And I will set us up with another bag for just interior screws, we can call it. And we're just going to try to make our life as simple and easy as possible. That one doesn't feel like it was doing a whole lot anyway. And looks like all of them. Beautiful. That's out. Hey, y'all having fun yet? Who knows? Maybe we'll find out where that dead mouse is at in this car. Let's go ahead and pull these out over here. Again, that one didn't feel like it was helping us out a whole lot. One wasn't doing nothing. So of course we're going to encounter issues when we put these back together. If they were the wrong screws, we can just get the right ones, or if the holes are walling out, well, then we're going to have to deal with it. We'll get this stuff out of our way. Up next, we can pull this package tray out of here. I doubt it's going to be that difficult. Yeah, she was ready. You know what? This could be the original. So you do the math. Born on date 1955. It's now 2025. So what is that, 70 years? 70 years old. That is wild. This car predates a lot of us, right? So, door cards off, package tray out. What do we want to hit next? First thing to do is get this debris in the garbage. Just fold that. All right, well, we've got a few screws that holds this plate on. I think I'm going to try and zip those out of here. That one's good. Is there only two? Less pressure. Will it come out? Nice and gentle. Yeah, I think we got her. All right. All right. That's not going to help us. That one came out fine for us. Good. And that one's going to be a pain as well. Anything. Well, I'm just going to assume it's not going to want to cooperate, so we're not going to tolerate that kind of behavior. You ready to make a little noise? One, two, Well, that was faster. Alright. Oh, you guys made it awful dusty in here, but we can just stack all this garbage up here. That's what the shelves are for. We'll let the dust settle a little bit, bring the vacuum back in, and we can clear out. Hey, look at that, an old 22 shell casing. Why would there be shell casings in the car? What do you think? You know, a car this old, been around this long, it's probably got a few stories to tell, just like we do. But somebody has a spent shell. Hopefully they weren't firing out of the car. And we got plenty of rust and garbage along here too. Can you guys see down in there? Probably not. Probably not, but I can get the flashlight out. And we're gonna clean this out as good as we can. Then we'll get our wire wheel on the drill. And we're just gonna start cleaning up the floor. We'll, not that it's gonna be hard, but we'll identify the areas that, well, that we need to patch. And we'll get to work on that, so. I don't know that we're gonna use any of these screws, but we got them. Probably just have to order a interior screw kit. I guess it's back to work with a vacuum. You guys can just hang out and watch. Maybe we'll play a little music for you here. Okay, as you can clearly see, our door cards are off on both sides. I got some cleanup to do here. We made things better, and we also revealed more stuff. So when I look in through that access panel, I can tell that that quarter on that side has had a patch put in. We've also got a spot on the roof that's been braced shut. I do know that at one point in time, a tree had fallen on top of this car. No, it was the garage. I think the garage roof caved in. Well, boys and girls, we're back in the car. It is Sunday as I'm speaking to you. And we're going to go ahead and start applying some of our rust converter for metal. So I actually started doing a little patching on the front floor pans this morning, and I'm not going to say that it was a failure, but I just realized that on this car, it's got to be better than good enough. So I need to order new front floor pan patches. So for the time being, we're just gonna, everything that we cleaned up, we're gonna go ahead and apply this rust converter to. And then tomorrow or even today, I could go ahead and get the front floor pan patches done. We still got to fix our throttle cable. We still need a battery. Still got to mount the carburetor. I think I might need some fuel fittings that I misordered a while back. And we got lots of things that we can do, but right now we're just going to go ahead and start applying some of this material, and let's just see what it looks like on here. You're supposed to apply 2 to 3 thin coats apparently. So I've never used this, so we're going to see how well it actually applies, what it looks like when it dries. It's supposed to be super durable and tough. What? I guess we're going to find out, aren't we? Putting down paint doesn't take a whole lot of talent, although anybody can screw something up. So we're just going to apply it lightly. Not going to get too overzealous. I'm not going to think too much about it. Church was great today. And now we're hanging out in the shop. And what a fun place to be. We got our new front floor panel patches. Before I can put those in, we need to go ahead and remove what's in there. Now we just need to clean up all our edges. And we've got to put a patch in right here. And I probably need to work on something along this lip as well. So obviously this front floor had been patched at some point. And you know, you can see, you know, they hacked out what was necessary. But when we get our new floor pan sitting in there properly, we're actually going to make a mark and we're going to butt weld all that so that from the underneath of the car you won't see all this garbage. Not that we're going to be spending hopefully a whole lot of time underneath there, but yeah, we got cleanup that needs to be done. Next step we actually need to do here, the patch panel that had been put in this section before, they just cut around the floor patch, but the floor patch is actually supposed to be underneath this brace right here. So I need to go ahead and grind out the weld here. There's some weld on the other side. There's probably some tack welds along this as well. Once we get this brace out, we can remove what's left of the original floor that's underneath here, get that cleaned up, and we got lots more work to do. So metal needs replaced, things need to be done, and it's not gonna get done if I don't get to work. So yay for me. Okay, take 27. All right, well, after drilling out the spot welds along this part of the mount, and it was just welded all the way down the side of the brace back in here. So I just, that was fun. Air hammer, chisel, that kind of stuff. Probably tore it up pretty good, but about got this thing out. So there's a mount. I don't know if they sell reproductions of that. Maybe we just go ahead and order those too. But now we can actually see what's left of the original floor right here. And we can get this garbage out of here. Here's part of our original floor right up in here too. So a couple of spot welds still left in that original floor. We need to get that out. And then we'll be able to set our new panel in. And pretty thankful we went ahead and decided to take that mount out. When I first got the floor pan, because the way it was cut out, I didn't know what was really going on and that mount needed to come out so our floor could sit under here, because this is actually the bolt for our body bushing, and the bolt and the washer is actually supposed to sit on top of the floor pan. I am happy with that progress. Well, we are just continuing our efforts on the 55 Chevy. You can see we got the front patch that was installed on the floor at some point out. We've got our corner floor to cowl brace out. These are like $130 a piece. So we're gonna just clean this one up and reuse it. But I'll show you the progress we've got on the inside of the car. And you can see this was all rotted in this area, and so I just used a piece of oak tag material, made myself a little pattern, cut out the bad spot, welded in some new stuff. I still have to finish stitching that up. Currently, our new floor section is just sitting in place. I ordered new body mounts, and I want to wait until those body mounts get here before I permanently cut out these areas over on the sides. You can see my current body mount is in horrible condition, and this mount over here doesn't even exist. And so when somebody previously patched this floor before, I assume they took the mount out on this side. I doubt it's going to be on the passenger side, but we've made a lot of great progress here. I bought some square tubing and I cut it and turned it into angle iron so that I could weld in and repair these areas. If you look over to the passenger side, I'll get you over there in a little bit. You'll see what I'm talking about. But yeah, that worked out pretty good. So I think for now, because we're waiting on our body mounts to show up, I am just gonna move my efforts over to the passenger side of the car, and we're gonna go ahead and get that patch removed. You can see we've got plenty of rot in this area that we can make some patches for. Same problem on this side where this was rotted out. And then what you saw up front, this is our floor to cowl brace. This brace is supposed to sit on top of the floor pan. But again, this section in here, well, it was patched in, and so they just cut a corner out of that patch to make it fit. This brace on this side, from what I can see of it, it doesn't look like it's in great shape, so not sure what we're gonna have to do there. But anyway, I'm gonna get the air chisel out and we'll get our grinder out, and we'll just use a combination of things so that we can get this piece removed. And while we're waiting on our mounts, we can go ahead and start making some patterns and patch our bad spots in. And that way, when the mounts show up, we'll be ready to get these floor pans put in, welded up, stitched in, ground down, put seam sealer where necessary, and obviously get everything painted up from the top side. Next time we have the car on the lift, we will also seam seal and paint everything on the underside to make sure that we properly seal up all these areas. So I'm gonna go ahead and put you guys on a stand, put you in go fast mode to some rockin' tunes, and we'll get to work. So let's do that. Got that garbage out. And what I'm going to work on next, and it's a little time consuming, so I'm not going to show you that part, but you can see right in this section, this lip that comes up right here, it's two pieces sandwiched together. Part of it is the rocker, and the other part is the original floor pan. So that's what we had to rebuild on the other side with our angle iron. And we're going to have to do the same thing over here because this upper rocker section is in pretty rough shape. This side, our floor to cowl brace, it's garbage. But I need to remove this piece of trim. There's four or five screws that hold that on. I can remove that. I can drill out the spot welds down in this area, and then I have to grind out the weld on the back side, which you can't see. So we can get the brace gone, we can get our body mount bolt out. Yeah, and there's again a body mount that's missing over here, and this is boogered up pretty good, but I think we can straighten that up, get all this area cleaned up. That's what I'm going to work on. Start thinking about our patches, and I am going to bring it back in maybe when we're starting to see some light at the end of the tunnel in this particular situation. So, oh, hey, boys and girls, don't mind me. It's Saturday. It's the real day of rest. And I'm sitting out here in front of the heater at the moment because, well, we got a little snow last night and it just happens to be cold today. And so we're just going to spend today getting this video put together finally. But you've seen some progress. We've got the passenger floor front patch cut out. We got lots of cleanup patches we got to make before we can think about getting that main panel put down inside the car. Our new body mount kit will be here in a couple of days, supposedly. And so that'll be good as we continue to move forward and working on our awesome 55 Chevy. So I just thought we'd just make the outro for this video where I tell you the same thing I will tell you in many videos. You should go out in the world use the superpowers, the gifts, the talents that God gave you to make the world a better and brighter place. Everybody's going through something. And so, be one of those people that just brightens things up a little bit. And when we get to our next video, we will be continuing our efforts on the 55 Chevy. I think that we can, in the next video, I think that we can have those floors done up front. As you've seen, there's some pretty significant rot in some of those areas up front, but relatively speaking, going back, everything's in really good shape. So if I had a rotisserie and more time to devote to this project right now, we might have just blown the whole body off the chassis and really went through some stuff, which we're going to end up doing down the road someday. But it's pretty nice right here in front of the heater. The rest of the shop, though, is cold. And so I hope that you're all doing well. I greatly appreciate you coming along and watching these videos and hanging out with me in the shop. It's something that I enjoy doing, and it brings me some peace and some frustration sometimes. So you guys have all experienced that. But yeah, I hope that you're doing real well. Look forward to seeing you on the next video. Maybe comment down there in that, the section. What are you working on right now? What are you guys up to? What's the weather like where you're at, and where are you watching from? I'm here in Missouri. The temperatures here are still much better than my original home state of Nebraska. So glad to be here. High today is like going to be in the 20s, but tomorrow is supposed to be, I think, back up in the 40s. And, it's winter time. So I guess that's what we should expect it to be like. But yeah. There she is. There's the current state. It's getting better. But sometimes as things get better, things have to get, at least in appearance-wise, worse first. I'll see you guys real soon. God bless you. Till the next time. Well, this is your local news weather forecast for the day. It is, well, you see what it's doing. The Rivy does not look comfortable. I gotta be honest with you, so I'm sorry. We're gonna do better. The puppies, we just let them outside so they can hang out and play a little bit. They actually would prefer to be inside on days like this too, but they like to get out and, do dog things. Jasmine, LB, you're good puppies. Yep. Whoa. Oh. Tough dogs. Okay. You can kind of see the sun up there trying to shine through. It's time to go inside. Stay warm. Yeah, you guys stay warm too. It's cold where you're at. I guess we'll see y'all real soon.